Is a single woman a good woman? So like and share this episode. So today, man, I got a long email from this guy that's been following me for a long time, and I'm not gonna read all the email, but he's basically saying he know where he lives there's a lot of single women, and I guess he been running through a bunch of them at the nightclub because he party a lot. So he said, do I think there's a lot of single good women out here? And this is a kind of question that's been floating around online over the past couple months, because people say, man, there's no good women out here, there's no good man out here, and there's no such thing as a good man or a good woman, really. What you have to find the right person that's a good fit for you. That's really the goal. It's kind of like you have to find somebody that works, that's a good fit on your team. It's kind of like a football team. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta, when these players get drafted, regardless of how they get drafted, but when they show up at the camp, football camp or whatever, what these coaches are really trying to do, they're trying to find the best players available that fit their scheme to join their team. That's what they're really trying to do. And the players that they draft, they don't necessarily have to be the best player in college football. They just need the players that they draft to be a good match. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it really comes down to. You have to find the person that respects what you're doing, respects who you are as a man, respects your program, and women like guys that they can look up to, that they can learn something from. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what you kind of looking for. She ain't got to be the prettiest girl in the world. No, looks is subjective. You know what I'm saying? But she has to respect your leadership, of course. She has to respect you as head of the household. It's like stuff like that makes such a big difference. Because there's a lot of women out here, single women, have daddy issues. They grow up different. Maybe they had hard upbringing. That affects how people grow up, how they think. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with a lot of people, when they go through stuff, they kind of sweep it under the rug. They never heal. They don't work on healing or kind of facing what happened to them. Maybe had abusive childhood. Their parents were fucked up on drugs and alcohol, some shit like that. A lot of people don't deal with what happened. They kind of sweep it under the rug, or just kind of act like it never happened. Or sometimes they might even forgot what happened. There's people I know actually forgot what happened to them when they was growing up. And they carry that shit on to the next person, next relationship. And if they got kids, they'll put that trauma onto the kids, and you know what I'm saying? So it becomes like a revolving door for them. They just keep doing the same shit over and over. And what they don't realize is a lot of their behaviors, bad behaviors and habits that they have stems from their childhood. Their ways and their way of thinking stems from their childhood. And it's sabotaging their relationships. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't like bringing up things from the past because it's painful. So they would rather just not talk about it no more. Or not even think about it no more because it was so horrible. You know? It's just like somebody that had foster parents. I don't know about you, but most people I know that grew up in the system, that they've been molested or had some type of crazy experience with a lot of foster parents. I mean, crazy shit, bro. I mean, like shit. A lot of these foster parents be treating these kids like they're in the 1930s or 1800s and type shit. You know what I'm saying? They had them probably staying outside in the barn or some crazy shit. Like there's a couple months ago, there's this couple in West Virginia got arrested. They had these kids staying in the barn. I guess they're on a farm, right? And they had these kids. They weren't going to school, and they had these two kids staying in the barn. All they was doing is working all the time, working every day. That type of shit. I mean, this is the type of shit that these foster parents be doing to these damn kids. And this is shit. This type of shit been going on for a long time. This is not like something new. You know, and the funny thing is, those parents, foster parents, people have been telling on them for months and months, but probably for years. But they just got the police. I guess they just got tired of hearing it, so they just said, "Hey, we got to do something with these goddamn people. They going too far." You know, I guess I'm not sure, but you know, they got charged with something. You know, and so it's either that they're being mistreated or molested or beat up or something. It's more wild shit. So when these kids grow up as adults, man, they've been terrified, you know, as young kids. By the time they become adults, they're a fucking monster. They're all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna tell you what they've been through when you first meet them. I mean, all they're gonna tell you is, "Oh, yeah, I had foster parents." You know what I'm saying? But I don't know a lot of people that had good foster parents. Everybody that I know that said, "Hey, I had foster parents," is always a bad experience. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to tell you what happened to them when you first meet them. That's the thing. You won't know until you ask. And even if you ask, they probably still won't tell you the truth. So this is why when I find out a woman had foster parents, I kind of fall back. You know, because there's a 99% chance it went bad with them foster parents. There's some women I just don't date. Women that's in law enforcement. Maybe she's an attorney or some shit like that. Women that are known to do drugs. Deadbeat women. What else? There's just some women I just don't foster. You know, like I said, the women that had foster parents. I just strippers. You know, I stay away from those types because it's going to take a certain type of guy to even be around these types of women anyway. I don't think you can be a square dude and maintain long relationships with these women. Now, there's some guys, square dudes that I know that have tried. They got with strippers and, man, they got railroaded. Got ran over, taken advantage of. The bitch ripped them off and all kind of shit. Because she knew she could do it because he's square. You know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing but no street shit. The stripper is well versed in street business and street shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's usually those relationships usually end horribly in most cases. But I think there's somebody for everybody out here. Now what I would say is some single women have they're too much out there. That's what I would say. I think some women are kind of like a loose cannon. I think some women are too far gone out there mentally. They're too loose mentally and physically. I think it's going to be hard to reel some of them back in. And even, I think it's going to be hard for them to even have good, solid, healthy, long-term relationships. Because you have to understand, when a woman meets tons of guys and sleep with tons of guys, she get programmed. So it's going to be hard to break that program when she meets a guy that says, hey, we should be in a relationship together. You know what I'm saying? We should be steady. It should just be me and you. It's going to be hard for a woman to break those bad habits after 10, 15, 20 years of running them streets and going to the club, and it's going to be very difficult. It's difficult for a lot of women to kind of get brand new. Some of them have tried it that I know, but usually it's a struggle. This is why a lot of women that, a lot of single women that once they meet a guy that they decide to get in a relationship with, this is why they go to church or go to the mosque or get into some type of religion. That has to do with her, kind of letting off steam, kind of, in a sense, she's kind of trying to cleanse herself and discipline herself. The religion aspect kind of disciplines her mentally and even physically. You know what I'm saying? It gives her the strength to do the right thing, whatever that entails for him and her. You know what I'm saying? That's where the religion really comes in at. She ain't doing the religion for fun or because she just feels like it. No, the religion actually helps a lot of these women out because it's like a cleansing process for them. Because after running them streets, and it's going to be very difficult. You think it's difficult for guys.
Do you find yourself struggling to meet women through online dating apps? Are you tired of constantly swiping left with no success and not knowing what to say to get the attention of a woman? Look no further. Our expert tips and tricks will give you the confidence you need to succeed in the online dating world. It's time to start taking control of your dating life and master the art of online dating. Imagine meeting some of the most attractive women in the world. Our game-changing program will help you navigate the world of online dating with confidence and charm. From creating a standout profile to crafting the perfect message, we've got you covered every step of the way. Our program covers everything you need to know to make a lasting impression. Say goodbye to endless swiping and hello to meaningful connections with the women of your dreams. Join the countless men who have found success in meeting women through online dating by following our time-tested and proven strategies. Take the first step towards improving your dating life today. Master the art of online dating and take your game to the next level. With our proven strategies, you'll be a pro at online dating in no time. So don't wait. Go to onlinedatingfordummies.com and get started today. And take control of your dating life, and you'll be light years ahead of most men with our groundbreaking program. Get ready to swipe right with confidence and watch your success explode. So don't wait. Get started today by going to onlinedatingfordummies.com and take the first step towards finding your perfect match.
To settle down with one woman. Oh, it's very difficult for women because, women are more, women are more emotional than guys. So if you have a woman that's slept with a bunch of guys, and she's been doing this for 10, 15, 20 years, you can't just turn that shit off. And no, shit don't work like that. No, it don't work like that. And even the women that, on the surface, it might appear as that they just turn it off. And it was a quick turnaround. It might look that way on the surface. But even the best of the best women that do that, it's a process for them too. They struggle too. They kind of have to reprogram themselves, to be with that one man, and they might have to go to counseling. I know some women that had to go to counseling, had to talk to somebody, because when they was out in the streets, something might happen to them. You just never know, man. Because, a lot of people are not going to tell you everything that happened to them in the beginning. It usually takes years for the average person to get comfortable with telling you about their past history and stuff like that. And you have some people, man, depending on how they were raised, man, they might never tell you what happened to them. You could be living with them for 10, 20, 30 years. She might never tell you what happened. They might never told you that they got molested by their dad for 5 years. She might never tell you that shit. She might tell you, by the time, if she do tell you that shit, she might damn near be on her deathbed telling you that shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all been married for 30 years. She told you that shit when she's about to clock out and die. You know what I'm saying? It's people weird like that sometimes, man. People weird like that when they've been through some shit. They be doing weird shit. They be like, a lot of times you can kind of tell somebody's been through something. They be doing weird shit. And you be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you gotta find a person that's good for you, a good fit for you, person that works for you, person that respects you as a man, your leadership. And y'all gotta have mutual respect for each other. And don't fall for the women that are kind of like posing. They're posers. They act one way for a short period of time, for like a couple of months, a year or two, and when things aren't going so well, she might flip out and start acting like somebody else, or stop doing what she was doing in the beginning. Those are the posers. You know what I'm saying? That's why it takes time to get to know people, because a lot of people put their best foot forward. That's manipulation. When you meet somebody and they just acting like somebody else and not being themselves. And over time, a couple months go by, this little shit start coming out, and probably by the time you hit the 12, within the 6 to 12 months, either she gonna slack off, stop doing something, or she'll do something, or maybe you'll find out something about her and it might be a turn off, you know, or you're gonna find out something about her and you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't really like that too much. You know what I'm saying? It might not necessarily be a bad thing, but it might be something you can deal with. You know what I'm saying? But it might not be something I could deal with or the next guy could deal with. You know what I'm saying? But she was trying to hide it the whole time. She was trying to hide that one thing about her the whole time. She probably tried to hide it for 12 months. You know what I'm saying? And if you say, hey, how come you didn't tell me about that? Well, she's like, you didn't ask. Well, how would I know to ask? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's little stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of like a red flag to me. You know what I'm saying? But to you, you might think it's okay. You might give her a pass, no big deal or whatever. But to me, it's a red flag. You know? But there's no perfect woman out there, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody, every woman you meet, it's gonna be something about her that's could be a challenge, you know, or maybe how she was raised, or maybe check this out. You might meet somebody that had a tough upbringing. Maybe her parents were fucked up or whatever. Or maybe one of her parents deserted her. Just didn't fuck with her. Didn't want to have nothing to do with her. Right? So all she had was a mom or a dad. Either or, you know what I'm saying? All she had is one parent. And she knows that she's lacking. And she's kind of out of balance because she only had one parent, right? So maybe she's in the process of working on that. But to you, you might say, oh no, I don't want to fuck with no girl that had one parent. You know, they got issues. You got daddy issues or mommy issues, right? Now, for me, I would kind of stay away from that. A woman that's like that. But you might say, as long as she's working on it, it's okay. I'll rock with her. You know what I'm saying? And that might work out good for you. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand what comes along with that. You know, it's going to be some trial and error. It might be up and down. You know, she might get triggered every once in a while. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And I understand it, but I just don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know women that are like, I met women that were like that. I've had experiences with women that had daddy issues or mama issues. And you have to have patience. And I just don't want to deal with a woman like that. I'd rather deal with a woman that had a good relationship with her parents. You know what I'm saying? And I know what that looks like. It's much easier to get along with a woman that had good, solid, healthy relationships with her parents. You know, but if the girl had a good relationship with her dad, but with her mom was a little rocky, let's see, that ain't cool either. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like everybody you meet is going to be something. There's no perfect woman. You know what I'm saying? You might meet a woman that went to some Ivy League college or whatever, and she might be a little bougie. You know, she might be high on the horse. You know what I'm saying? You might not like that. You know, it's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something. She might be like for me, I don't like women that are fat or obese, women that drink too much, you know, women that use drugs. You know, I don't necessarily like a woman that smokes cigarettes. Yes, that's just me though. You know. So are there good women out here? Yeah, but you gotta find the single woman that's good for you at the end of the day. Because what I like, you might not like, or vice versa, or the next man. So yeah, there's good women out here, but don't get it twisted. These women that say they're happily single, that's a bunch of crap. There's no happily single woman. That's like an oxymoron. That's maybe that's an internet thing. I don't know. But there's no happily single woman. Look, if you're a single woman out here in this crazy world that we live in, it's already, cutthroat as it is. And people are trifling and and then a woman has to maneuver out here. She's getting taken advantage of from right to left. You already know. You know what I'm saying? But in some certain cases, women know that they're being taken advantage of. But there's nothing they can really do about it. Because ain't no man around. You know what I'm saying? And then see, guys will take advantage of women because they know they don't got no man. So whenever a guy see a woman coming, I mean, he can see it from a distance. You know, a woman go on a car lot, want to buy a car. All the salesmen run outside because they say, "Oh, it's a woman outside." Oh, yeah. And all the salesmen go outside because they're trying to take advantage of her. She don't know. She just want a nice looking car and hopefully she'll look good in the car. The car salesman, they already know. You know what I'm saying? They see that type of shit all the time. This is like clockwork for them. It's easy work. You know? So, but yeah, there's some single women out here that's good women. You just have to find the ones that work for you. You did. So share this episode. Tell me what you think below. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.